For centuries, humans have pondered the extraordinary ability of animals to seek altered states of consciousness. Today, we're diving into this fascinating subject. From moose getting tipsy on apples to dolphins using pufferfish toxins, animals have some wild ways of getting elevated. Stay tuned, because you won't believe what we've discovered. Imagine waking up to find a moose stuck in your neighbor's tree. In 2011, a Swedish man called the authorities for exactly this reason. The moose had gotten drunk on fermented apples, tipped over, and tangled itself in the branches. It took the fire and rescue team to free the sauced moose, who then stumbled back into the forest the next morning. This wasn't an isolated incident. Sweden has plenty of stories about moose getting plastered on fermented fruit. In Russia, brown bears have been spotted huffing jet fuel to get elevated. Photographer Igor Shpilinok documented bears finding used barrels, taking a hit of kerosene, and zoning out. These kerosene-loving bears even stalk helicopters, hoping to lap up spilled fuel. If you think that's wild, just wait until you hear about the next animal on our list. Reindeer in Siberia actively seek out Amanita muscaria mushrooms, known for their hallucinogenic properties. These mushrooms can make reindeer feel like they're taking flight quite literally. Shamans have been known to consume these mushrooms and even drink the reindeer's urine to join the same wavelength. Could this be the origin of Santa Claus and his flying reindeer? It's a wild theory, but let's move on to another amazing story. In Tasmania, Bennett's wallabies are infamous for breaking into poppy fields, munching on the poppies, and creating crop circles. These marsupials get so high that they graze in circles and crash, leaving behind bizarre patterns. The explanation is simpler than you might think. They're just munching on opium poppies. Even bees aren't immune. In the summer, nectar can ferment, getting bees drunk. Intoxicated bees struggle to fly, bump into flowers, and can't make it back to the hive. A drunk bee risks being exiled or worse, losing its legs as punishment. The consequences for a drunk bee are severe. Bringing fermented nectar into the hive can destroy the entire colony. In Vienna, birds were found dead after consuming fermented berries. Scientists discovered that these birds were intoxicated, leading to fatal crashes. Even zebra finches, when given alcohol, start singing like drunk karaoke singers. This behavior isn't just limited to birds, though. Next up, we'll take a look at bats and their surprising tolerance to alcohol. You'd think animals that fly for a living wouldn't do it while under the influence, but bats, especially those that eat fruit and nectar, can get intoxicated too. In a study, bats were given alcohol until some had a blood alcohol content of 0.3, almost 4 times the legal driving limit for humans. Yet, these drunk bats navigated an obstacle course with perfect precision, demonstrating a remarkable tolerance to alcohol. Meet the pen-tailed tree shrew from Malaysia. This tiny creature regularly drinks nectar from the burden plant, which has an alcohol content as high as beer. Remarkably, these shrews can drink without getting intoxicated, thanks to their evolved tolerance. They can consume this potent nectar like water, showcasing an incredible adaptation to their boozy diet. Slow lorises in Southeast Asia have a peculiar habit. They chew on toxic millipedes and rub the toxins on their fur as insect repellent. But these toxins also have a mind-altering effect, causing the lorises to enter a trance-like state. It's a form of self-medication that doubles as a way to get elevated. Dolphins are known for their intelligence, and some have found a unique way to get high. Dolphins have been observed carefully handling pufferfish, which release a small amount of toxin. This toxin seems to have a narcotic effect on the dolphins, causing them to enter a trance-like state and play with the pufferfish in what appears to be a form of recreational drug use. Elephants, despite their size, can't handle their liquor. In regions where fermented fruit is abundant, elephants have been known to consume it and get drunk. With a lower tolerance for alcohol, these massive animals can become quite the hazard, often causing destruction in their inebriated state. Imagine a 12,000-pound elephant trying to navigate after a bender. It's a sight to behold. Even man's best friend isn't immune to seeking altered states. Some dogs have been known to lick toads, specifically the Colorado River toad, which secretes a potent toxin. This toxin can cause hallucinations, and a high similar to that experienced by humans using certain psychedelics. Unfortunately, this habit can be dangerous and even deadly for dogs. Cats are famous for their reaction to catnip, which contains a compound called nepetalactone. This substance triggers a euphoric response in cats, making them roll, flip, and act generally silly. Interestingly, not all cats are affected by catnip, and those that are only experience the effects for a short period before returning to normal. From moose getting tipsy to dolphins playing with pufferfish, animals have found some extraordinary ways to get elevated. Their behaviors remind us that the quest for altered states of consciousness isn't just a human trait. It's a fascinating part of the animal kingdom too. What do you think about these wild stories? Have you ever witnessed an animal acting unusually? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible wildlife stories. See you next time. Hey!